Let me let me grab the pops, throw them in the room,
Okay.
and I'll be right back. Guys, come on, Kitty, come on, go on, go to your room. Get in there, boy. Very much.
Hot mic, hot mic, hot mic. Can you see and hear okay, Marth?
What is so funny?
You know we're live, right?
Son of a bitch. Like 5 minutes early. What the hell's wrong with you?
I told you I was going to start it up to make sure we didn't have any issues.
Oh my god, woman. I'm going back to bed.
It's not my fault you didn't pay attention.
I told you I had to get up and put the pups away.
Yeah, and then you left the hot mic. Hot mic, hot mic.
Great. Well, at least I didn't fart or something.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
uh, and I turned the gain way down on this. All right.
All right. So are you ready to start, Odds?
Yeah, well, might as well
You
now.
good to go? It's only like 2 minutes early.
Oh.
Do you need some coffee? I've got like 3 pages of notes here. So, yeah, we're going to get started.
Go for it.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Fiendish with Dimension Touring. And I'm here with Audzilla. And today, again, we're on the PTS looking at the full 4.1 item preview. The PTS just updated last night with more minion loot. It's been a week or so since we got the Transcendent and the Relic items. Yesterday was a massive load with Uncommon, the Rares, and the Epics.
Sit your ass still while you talk. Get you running around like a fool.
Okay, so can't really hear me. Is that better? Am I low to you, Odds?
You always are.
Okay. And we have a special guest in the chat channel today. Good morning, Tacitus. It's a good thing you missed the hot mic.
Okay. All right. Morning, Tacitus.
Okay. So, before we get started, we'll go over some contests and giveaways that are currently going on. Think Outside the Box that is running sponsored by Fablite United, and that contest ends the 6th of April. The full rules are posted on the forums, so if you're interested, please check that one out. Then we also have Cold Sprites contest, the Pets of Rift Dimension contest. That one is going on through the 29th of April. And now, then there's a third contest, Kula's Out of Your Tree Treehouse contest, which was running through June 19th. So again, the rules and details for all of those are posted on the forums. Please go check them out. And there's some giveaways going on. Lady has posted on the Dimension forum for a Carnival Dimension giveaway, giving away the 6th anniversary Tuskars. And then Katasia's Gravy Boat. What giveaway is running until the 31st of March, which is next Friday. Phew. Some more news. The producer's letter came out yesterday. You can find the link on the forums under news and announcements. I highly encourage anyone to please go check that out. Arconics posted a lot of information that they're proposing for 4.2 and beyond. There wasn't a whole lot in it that I saw about 4.1, which is fine because that's supposed to hit Wednesday. A big fix hit this week with the patch notes, kind of snuck in there with a bug fix with the API where it might cause add-ons to multi-select. I'm going to go ahead and just say I think this bug is fixed. We all know what it was when you were in Tinker Tools. It would multi-select and then not release that multiple item. To me, that was a huge deal. I've been in this dimension since last night, handling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items. I have not run into a single issue. Oh my god, it's amazing. So whoever fixed that, thank you. Okay, so 4.1 is supposed to start Wednesday. With that is coming Carnival. So we covered a lot of items last time. We covered like the 5 keys. We'll go over it once again. I'm probably not going to go into them today unless it's requested, just because with the minions and all the other notes to go over, there's a lot of stuff coming this week. Planar crafting hits with 4.1. There's 2 keys available from planar crafting. One of those, of course, is Volcanic Playground, and the other one is Weird Hut. Volcanic Playground has a 2520 item limit. Weird Hut has a 2000 limit. Eternal Weapon quests come also Wednesday, so if that's your thing, please look into that and go for it. I have not played that content because as far as game content goes, I typically don't like to play that early. Along with the dimension key recipes, there's also recipes for runes, shoulder runes that add plus 50 to gathering skills, and I believe it's best in slot headpieces and ranged weapons.
Wait, what did you say about gathering skills?
That adds plus 50 to your gathering skills. So if you're like trying to level fishing and you want some skills to get some better loot, there would be a shoulder rune recipe.
That's interesting.
As of right now, the commendation officer is not slated to come out with 4.1.
What?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm out here. I'm going back to bed.
No, you're not.
So I still won't be able to get any of the cool stuff because I haven't been bothered to raise my notoriety.
Yeah.
Crap.
I've got about 10 stacks of commendations that bounce back and forth between my alts as, with that mailbox storage because you're limited on what you can hold. So, yeah.
All right.
There we go. Here he says if you're wandering around gathering at already max level in SFP zones, you will get 3 per gather instead of 2 with those shoulder runes. Which is
fancy.
Helpful if you're trying to farm mats. Wow, that was interesting. Okay, so moving on. As far as other crafting goes, I didn't checking around with the profession trainers and the vendors. I did not see really any new items that you could craft with the other professions, except for Dreamweaving has the lantern hook motes and the bubble nebula that we also covered last time. Here's an example of them. Jesus.
My keyboard?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, sorry. Jesus!
Affinity rewards are seeing some new stuff. We kind of touched on this last time, but this is where you're going to find things like Opie, Again, if you missed it. Oh, awesome. Tacitus said that amber lamp I just ran past from the Elidu box will come in pairs now for when it hits live. That's good. The pink skull badge. I have the pink skull badge on my main, but I didn't. If you did that, was from the 5th anniversary event. I'm not going to cover all these mounts and stuff.
We already did, didn't we? It looks like they lowered the price on Opie. Was it 1,000?
I think so. But now we have a price for the Fortress of the Apocalypse Dimension key. 320 affinity. This key is 2520. So that's actually not a bad price for that dim. And then as far as items go, a new addition is this banner bundle for 14 affinity, and that bundle has 4 to 6 banners in it. We covered most of them last time. Let me go over because some new banners were added. I found 9 when I bought 50 more yesterday off the vendor. I found 9 new banners that hadn't been in them the previous time. Holy crap.
It is literally 3 feet away in my lap now.
Some of these banners are from Talks, and then got some others. Arcane Hand and Smith's Haven, some more Smith's Haven banners. I really like these ones with the lion on them. I'm so bad at puzzles and mazes and stuff, I haven't even gone into Talks Proving Ground. I couldn't. I know it's somewhere in Elidu, but yeah, that's about as far as I've gone. Just because I'm so bad at mazes and puzzles and shit.
We just gotta have Sparky get us through it.
I need somebody to carry me. And all of these were uncommon quality, so they might have a better drop rate than some of the others. I did leave all the rest of the banners out here.
It's neat how they have that waving graphic animation.
So we're not going to go over every different type of banner again, because, I mean, these loot tables for a lot of this stuff are just massive. So this puts it, I think, at like 70 different banners you have a chance to get out of this affinity box. Yeah, Sparkling a guide ain't going to cut it for me. I need you to just load me up on your back and run me through. And then again, some new scratchers to the box, the Passel of Potions, and the Candle and Torch. Now these are they're 27 credits. 2 more relic banners. Okay, 2 more relic banners as well. I didn't get those. Like I said, I only bought 50 because I was more focused on the minion stuff than the banner box. And I will say this, so for the amount of items that got put in the minion box, I mean, there's a bug thread on the PTS forums for the amount of items that were put in the minion loot. It looks like a lot of items are bugged, but you know what? Honestly, I'm actually impressed that it wasn't more. I don't mean that in a bad way. What last week, I think the last time we were here, I was at like 293 items total in this dimension with the 4.1 stuff. Now I'm up to 775. I know I still haven't found everything. This doesn't count the vast majority of the uncommons. So that's a lot of minion loot. And that more of it isn't bugged is actually, I think, something good. And those should be fixed when the PTS updates again on Monday.
Testa says you already fixed them.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Give this guy a raise.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Or a vacation.
Yeah. I think he's probably more interested in the vacation right now. But a raise probably wouldn't hurt either. Anyways, the Pastel Potions and the torch and candle box are both currently on the PTS for 27 credits. Now that's with the patron discount. Um, remember, everything on okay, everything on the PTS is subject to change. The 3 lamp things to my left, that would be these. They were in the scratcher. They may have changed location. Okay, so the leftmost of these is broken and will get fixed today. Okay, I'm all right. I don't. And for 27 credits with the patron discount, so I guess that's what, 30 credits without. Each of these has also 4 to 6 items per box. Oh, okay. Whew.
No,
And
that was the
then,
one I liked, the little round one.
yeah,
Aw, damn it. Can I have the broken one?
no.
Aw.
And then the Imperial Wonders mystery box, as we all should know, is going away to be replaced with the Elidu mystery box. This is all the stuff. We kind of covered this the last time we streamed, so I'm not really going to touch on each individual piece again. And I had to shrink everything that came out of that box just to make room for all the minion loot, because there, oh my god, there was just, wow. I don't even want to think about how many hours it took to make all these new items. But one thing this does give you an idea how scalable some of this stuff is and how small it will shrink. Backside can't be made if the original art is MIA, so it never would be fixable for morphers. Okay, well, we still have a lot of stuff for morphing. So the Elidu mystery box has stuff out of Elidu and some stuff from Tartaric Depths. And then there were regular store updates as well. I did not find too much new stuff that hadn't already been up there. So we've got some 4 new stone patterns, 3 new metal skins as far as standard building blocks go, and then back over here to all the buildings, which are now shrunk back down. I've got my own tiny little village over here.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Girl, we saw all this crap.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on.
I know, we
I'm
saw it
excited
all.
about the new
Hey, I'm
stuff.
just letting you know. But one thing with the store, there's been some price normalizing. The one thing that I really want to call people's attention to is this right here, the dimension entry point. Currently on live, it's what, 675 credits?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
Yeah. We're currently, I hope that this price makes it
Oh,
to live,
wow!
because this is
That's a huge difference.
This is a significant reduction. If it's already in, then fantastic.
Wow.
But that is a significant reduction. And hallelujah. I mean, I have bought a lot of
Can I
entry
get an
points.
amen?
Yeah. I have bought a lot of entry points. So, whew. So before I cut my UI off again, excuse me. No, sparkling rugs and pillows are still the same price. The $3.15 each. So Carnival is also going to hit Wednesday. Yeah, There's been a lot of normalizing across the board. There's I don't know. I haven't tested it out because I'm not spending credits on the PTS Red 6. Red 6 asked if there was any work on its placement usage, and I don't know, because I don't spend credits on PTS. So I will say that I'm looking at this earring. That earring's pretty badass.
I don't care about earrings. Go back
I
to the
care
cool
about the
stuff. Come on.
Okay, so Carnival starts Thursday, which would be the 30th. For this year's key, it's going to be St. Tyrannus, 3 doubloons, 200 glass beads, which puts it on par with these other 2 dimensions, the Spawn Pit, which came out last year, and Castle Fortune, which is the one that we've been used to for a while. Castle Fortune is actually a really handy dimension to use and real easy to modify. I like Castle Fortune. The Spawn Pit is interesting. But St. Tyrannus has that 25-20 limit, so it's going to be, it's a good, I like that dimension too. It's going to be a good one to use. Crafting recipes, there are some Dreamweaving recipes that are available with Carnival. I haven't seen any new recipes for this year. This was one of my EU alts, so luckily I haven't bought these recipes on EU. So the planar bubbles, falling petals, which are like the cherry possums or cherry blossoms, and then the rainbow. As far as dimension items go, we've got some new banners this year, but for standard, the light kits, the carnival kits, I really wish that one day they would take all this stuff out of the kit. After how many years, when did these kits come out? 2014? I don't think I really need another pork platter, but I do need some more gravy boats, some more vegetable pots. And then there's still the same floats, but there are some new ones. I didn't have enough currency to get a lot of them. And I'm pretty sure that the limestones were Summerfest. Aleandri. But there are some new floats, and then there's some new banners, which I did have currency to get. Let me, along with the bartender and this year's cake. So here's this year's birthday cake. It's called the Enquete cake. It's just kind of interesting. That's actually not the default size. I enlarged it. We got Audz's new bartender. You there, Odds? Or are you just muted?
I'm muted because I'm eating a cookie.
Oh. And then these banners corresponds with the cloak. I think I didn't have enough glass beads left over for task wheel. And these aren't on the test vendor that I saw. Are there any special minion for... Yeah, I think that's going to be a good question for Tacitus since he's in the chat channel, because I honestly have no idea. No new carnival minion this year. I didn't see one on the store when I was looking. 1 second.
What was that thing on the far right?
Which one?
Oh no, I got up to get a cookie and came back. There was something on the right of the bartender.
The cake?
Was that a cake? Go back, let me see. Oh, I guess I'm in here. Never mind.
You're standing in here. Get on your orange chicken and come check it out.
Fire pigeon. Oh, this cake is awesome.
So let's go back to the world event tab.
This bartender's already drunk.
So there's like the cloak, and then the banners correspond with that. They're all planar. I think they were 200 beads a piece. Holy crap. That's a lot of stuff to sit through. There we go. Yeah, 200 glass beads a piece. I didn't have enough to get Tatsuil. Phew. So let's see, what are we at now? I've got like 3 pages of notes here. So minions. There are 13 transcendent items. That's a red quality. 55 relics. 134 epics. 283 rares, and 82 uncommons. All
You still my heart.
yeah,
Oh.
all added. Now, as far as the minions go, when I was opening boxes, there are the 1 and 2 star um, boxes all have building blocks in them. That's all they have. It's a pretty good quantity of building blocks. I did not see any of the newest blocks, but the blocks like silver, iron, copper, all that stuff, that was in there. Painted wood, those were all in there. Then there's a 3-star block, and I think that is only for short missions, because there's a different 3-star box um, for long missions, and then there's a 3-star premium box, which is your premium minions. I did open up a couple of the non-premium mission boxes, and those had pretty much still the same stuff that was in them. They're all going to be relabeled, though, if you have any of the old boxes. Like this one says antiquated long 3-star dimension stash. So no
Antiquated. That's a Tacitus word right there.
yeah. Well, none of the current minion boxes will carry over to have new pieces in it. Was that made sense, right?
Sure.
Sure.
I saw something shiny over here and I just stopped listening.
Oh, thanks. That's about.
Sorry, got distracted. Well, I want to see the new shit. And you're just
Now, there
like.
was a new transcendent item that was added to the last update. I haven't got it yet, so I've got 12 in here. These are all at the default size. So all these transcendent pieces are freaking huge. This one here looks just like the normal Kalari Temple, except green. But I mean, that green one will be nice. There's a lot of really neat pieces here. I love this druidic statue.
Hey, you said so you wanted the Tassel banner?
Mm-hmm. Did you get it?
A little birdie whispered me and said they sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
Mail. So you got a mailbox on you.
No. Well, I got my patron box. The antiquated boxes will not drop as current minion rewards.
Wait, what?
Prickly
okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Prickly had asked, yeah. So there's just, it looked like they went through and they took some pieces out of pretty much like every zone. I love the seated justice statue. And I mean, all this stuff is just huge. I have not really sure where this thing comes from. And this was the only thing, Katumi actually gave me this, and that's the only reason why I even have it. What is this thing called? Gold Trim Kalari Temple.
I don't think I've ever even seen that in game.
I don't know where it's at in game. It might be in, I don't think it's in Infernal Dawn. It might be in one of the dungeons, but I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot. And the Titan Gate. This, if I remember right, this Titan Gate comes from Stonefield when you fight Sentius. But there's this textured stuff on here is just awesome.
These are so big.
Yeah, and that's like default size. I'm That's why I had to shrink everything else, was to make room to put all this stuff in here.
I may have to get that tribal table thing after all.
And this statue here is in, this is in uh, Gedlow, the Gedlow Badlands. That this dwarven statue where he's fighting the goblins. And then the water wheel, the goblin water wheel, and then a lot of people have really been looking forward to the Morbin meat tree.
Meat tree?
Yeah, it's called the Morbin
That
meat
sounds
tree.
tasty.
Yeah. And it's outside the bubble, so there it is. Morbin
Are you
meat
gonna get
tree.
this damn banner so we can look at it?
Huh?
You gonna get the banner so we can look at it?
There we go. I'll just shrink it. Even at minimum size, it's still pretty,
That's pretty damn cool.
yeah, it's pretty damn big, too. And that's at the smallest size. And then you've got, like,
looks
these...
like grapes.
It's the meat.
Ugh.
Building groups, like the Snowy Dromheim building group. And the Stromheim building group over here.
I'm so excited about building lands like full-on cities now. This is,
Yeah.
even though you can't go inside these, I think they're perfect.
PvP start point. Banner and start point.
I don't want to go inside them. I just want them to be like part of the
Well,
scenery.
I mean, if you were doing this as background, this is something that's going to eat up a lot of real estate. If you were using them as background for something else.
A lot of real estate, but not a lot of item count. I love it.
Yeah.
Meat.
And then with the relic, the relic items, along with those, were some new music boxes. We've got Paladin Light, Steps of Infinity, the Auditorium Carnos, the Ballad of Fenric, and if the Siren Song music box really bothers you, the Ballad of Fenric is just going to drive you straight up the wall. Because it's more the singing, yeah. Brevane, Dendrome, the Akiati. I really like this one. The Akiati music box sounds a lot like some throat singing. And then Ashura. So and then here's some of the went straight from Transcendent to Relic. You've got...
This thing is amazing. I will definitely put this to good use.
Yeah. There's just I was saying now I know what a shit ton looks like. And this is pretty much it.
This is what distracted me, was this amazing sword right here.
Mm-hmm.
So like that whole time you were talking and I wasn't, I was just sitting here going, ooh.
Well, that's called the Defiant Soul Anchor, that thing that you're on. And this one over here is the Guardian Soul Anchor.
Oh. It doesn't have the flashy moving parts though.
That's because Defiants are way more cool.
Yeah. You said it.
You got basically the skin of the Siren Song music box without the actual sound.
Good God, it's ginormous.
That's the default size of that music box.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's huge. I think this thing right here is probably one of my new favorite items.
With all the creepy faces coming out of it.
It is a Infernal Dawn Treasure Room wall relief. I mean,
if you look at it from the other side where the sun is hitting it, it really looks like those little beasties are coming out at you.
The detail in it is just amazing. And I like this tomb here too. I mean, if you like to do like temples and stuff, oh. And then most of this stuff also is, a lot of this stuff is not, well, this one is a facade, but a lot of it is not. so you can flip it upside down and do whatever.
Oh, that sounds good to me. Never mind.
Yeah. And I saw these tree ants over here and just thought of you because I knew that would be like your thing. Now this one is
Where? Trans where? Where?
this is minimum. I think this is a minimum size thing. The tree ants are over here. There's
Hey, look.
this.
There's our prize presents. Where's that? I don't see trans.
How do you not see these guys?
Ah! They're actual. Oh, they're cool.
And some of this
Oh,
stuff,
this dude's got legs too.
yeah, some of this stuff also I did have to scale down just because it's so big. Yeah, the bridge
That's
looks
what she
awesome,
said.
and this is minimum scale. The water wheel, this was a new addition. The water wheel is new, resized. And this thing right here, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's the window out of Temple of the Abandoned, Tempest Bay.
It's also in Haunted Terminal, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's in a couple places. It's all over Tempest Bay.
It's bright as hell.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
The statue of Carwin Mathos. Eh. But this guy right here,
How dare you? I
and
love
this
you.
is actually, this is the smallest size on this guy. You remember those? Have you ever seen those massive statues that are in the Droughtlands and on that island between Droughtlands and Freemarch? That's where this guy comes from. I've been waiting for him for a long time.
Well, here's your Prince Charming.
Oh yeah. Hey baby, let's go.
Oh, jeez almighty.
In the Smithsonian Watchtower, I left it at the default size just so we can see how big it was, but it shrinks down pretty well. And this one's actually going to be useful for a lot of things, like if you want to sink it down and just have enough room. Like if you wanted to shrink, sink it down and use it as a gazebo or something. And I do have public permissions set in here, so anyone can come in and move stuff, scale it, because I know I didn't get everything, and I don't know that anybody actually did get all the stuff. You can't, Darkly Angelic, you can't go in at the bottom, but the top is open.
I feel like you ran by a whole bunch of stuff.
I did run by a whole bunch of stuff because, like I said, we're not going to be able to cover every item in detail just because there's so much.
Mm. There's another gazebo over here, Sparky, that kind of got bypassed, but it's pretty freaking amazing.
The Moonshade Dome?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's at the smallest size too.
Yeah, I may just have to.
I know a lot of people have actually been looking forward to this dome then.
Yeah. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. You can do a lot with this.
Yeah.
A lot of really useful pieces. And then you ran. I was actually surprised you ran by this over here. I don't want to say it and ruin it, but if you'd come over to me, da da da.
The Arclight Rider. Yeah, there's a
like talk about flipping shit.
There's
like I shattered all the glass in my house when I got this on the PTS.
There's a lift or two under the rare table.
And I was gonna tell myself I'm not gonna squeal today. I had not seen the lifter.
And then, again, these Moonshade Towers and stuff, they're all at minimum scale. It's like they took the outside of Hammernail and just put it in a minion stash. And then some stuff out of crap. I total had a brain fart. this out of Golem Foundry. This doorway here. There we go. And I think a couple of the other things. And then they took a whole bunch of stuff from Ember Isle. Finally given us some of the new Kalari pieces. I've got a dimension that's probably going to get broken down as soon as I have a chance to amass a pile of some pieces. And this thing here, this is the ornate Smith's Haven
Something
crest.
or other.
Yeah. Phew. So 55 relics, but a lot of those are actually music boxes. 8 of them are music boxes. And then the epics and the rares for me are where I started seeing the stuff that would actually be a lot of fun to morph with. I know I saw a lot of this Magitech stuff and I was like, oh, Audz's just gonna flip out over this. But this is
Oh,
this is
I'm over
the
here salivating. You don't even know.
this is the Necropolis brain base. So when you go to
That's a great name.
well, no, when you go to Central Necropolis and you have to speak to the overseer, this is like what his head thing is sitting in.
It's your brain base.
Yeah.
And all these little steampunk, like,
Yeah,
it's just.
some of the mining carts with actual stuff already on them, so you can like, if you're wanting filler in between the stuff that you actually morph, you know, just plunk one of these down. You got tools, and then there's one with a distillery.
Yeah, and then this over here, I've loved this since beta because this is in the Defiant starting area, and I'm so pleased, almost overwhelmed, truthfully.
I actually, Alejandra, I would agree with that. That the morphs, I like seeing morphs a lot better than a one item drop, but sometimes if you're wanting to change a morph, but it needs more items, then you can drop down that one thing and have it be like a filler.
I don't know though.
I like
There's
this injector thing.
so many of these items are so beautiful, whether they're Magitech or Kalari or the Dwarven, that they're worth not. I mean, you don't have to morph them, and it's nice to have pieces that are so awesome the way they are that you don't have to touch them.
Hey, do you remember that thing that you were making on live? Yeah, this is.
I was muted. You guys should probably be grateful I forgot to unmute because. Wow, I think I just scared my neighbors.
This is all on the epic table, Allie. But I mean, with the 5 and 6 star stashes, this stuff was really common. And even out of some 4-star stashes, I saw these, and then I opened up, I think about 50 of the 3-star stashes, and we're still getting epic items out of them.
I've been saving for this, and I'm so glad because I'm going to be spending all.
This tavern thing is at minimum scale. I know a lot of people have actually been asking for this.
Yes, crossbow. That is sick.
Yeah. You know, I'm not normally a fan of the bone stuff, but I really like these.
I lost you. Oh, there you are. I've always liked that one pillar, but it's really been hard to work with, especially because it has such a tall spike on the top of it that it protrudes through basically anything. So these are really nice to see. You can definitely work with these.
I like this loop one. Oh. And then these dead people.
Where? What? I'm confused.
The petrified guys.
Oh.
Which, I mean, if you think about how much it costs to make the mail forge guys, the crawling and the these are actually I can think of some uses for these. And then you've got the other body parts on the shadow market vendor. So these will come in handy. And then all tons of Storm Legion stuff, and then uh, these statues here. I see these and I think shrinking them down and making a chessboard.
This dude, was he, I feel like I've seen this face somewhere.
He's It's from Mount
Cal
Sharax,
Wedding?
somewhere in
Oh,
Mount Sharax. There's a Kalwedi item that's similar, but it has animations and stuff to it. I actually like this one
oh,
better, just because it doesn't move.
and it's not 8 million
Yeah,
currency.
yeah. Well, I'm so shitty at puzzles and stuff. There's no way I'll ever get Kalwedi done, so I
Mm.
save my plat and not worry about it. Some of the variations on the mermaids. Yep, there's your sword again, but broken.
It's still cool as shit.
Yeah, this thing is cool as shit too. The fox head from Amber Isle.
It's so cute. He's got a little boop on nose. Boop, boop, boop.
Some rocks. Another
With
really nice
skulls on
gazebo.
them. This is a very lovely one.
hmm I really
Is
like this
this
thing.
a variation of the Infernal Dawn lava pillar?
hmm There's
Huh.
about, I want to say, 4, 5, 6 variations of the Infernal Dawn pillars and bases, and like there's some that they just have the base. And this thing, oh my god, oh my god,
Oh,
finally
oh my god, breathe. Oh my god, breathe. Wait, what
this
did you
is
just say?
this thing here, finally this thing.
Oh, I
This
thought
is
you said
from
something
that
else.
first opening quest line in Paladin when you have to go up and close the rift with Crucia and oh yeah.
Yeah, basically just give us everything. Yep, Tacitus was like, you got it.
Excuse me. But this crafting tent thing, oh, I like the details on the tent, the textures of the wood. I'm just like, it
I feel
makes
like
me
all of
happy.
this stuff being available to us, it gives us even more appreciation for the art team.
Mm-hmm.
Because you really get to look at the stuff and appreciate all the fine details in it. And I lost you again.
Yeah, I'm back here at this fountain.
That helps.
There's like 3 new fountains added. Um, Prickly said, so I remember when there was a post made in the request list that said basically just give us everything. Tacitus seems to have taken that to heart. I would not argue with that assessment. Here we go with the anger typing again. Whoa. And this signboard here is different from the one you fish up because the one you fish up has the 2 lights on it. Here's another version of the loop, the bone loop. A lot of decorative pillars and I mean there's just wow so much stuff. I'm looking for the spinning wheel. I know I had one, but I don't remember where because I obviously I didn't organize anything before I just dropped it down mostly because I was like, holy crap, I don't have enough bag space for this. A lot of the statues are also now bronzed for this. And there's just and this bridge, like some new bridges and stuff. Yeah, she builds dimensions. I'm pretty sure she's happy with them right now. Whew. And this, I mean, I got a lot of duplicates. I would have a hard time saying what was the rarest thing.
You know what?
Hmm.
It's it. This kind of reminds me at the beginning of Starfall Prophecy how we were so excited about all the stuff going into stands, and everybody just lost their shit over it. I've got to be completely honest. I like this stuff so much more than the stands loot. Like, I'm trying to like be cool on the stream so I don't, break anybody's eardrums, but I am literally just like shaking with excitement
Mm-hmm.
because this stuff is absolutely gorgeous. I'm still grateful for the stuff we got in stands, but these items, I feel like there's so much stuff here that I didn't even think to ask for.
Yeah. And I know we just had a discussion about morphed items. I've morphed a couple of spinning wheels, and I'm going to tell you that those spinning wheels are getting ready to come out and just get replaced. Because item for item, I actually like this one a lot better. The pre-made one, I finally found it. And this thing right here, this wall face, oh, I've been waiting for that for a while. Boy. And then Errol, I'm sure, is going to be happy about all the different mind track varieties that are going to be out there. And then Rare. Rare by far had the biggest table, and I'm telling you, I'm actually more pleased with the Rare than with any other tier, because there was just so much stuff here that is so useful for being morphed into something else, or even just used as a standalone item. Yeah, that vase on the stand comes from, this is from Iron Pine Peak. Here's a different version of that statue, Allie. Yeah, staring in awe pretty much sums it up. A lot of a lot of Kalari pieces, and these are all at minimum scale just to have room. Odds.
I'd do it. I'd be like, oh, here's your slippers and the newspaper and your pipe. Why don't you throw in that glowing sword too, honey?
Oh, Prickly went there. Wow.
I was trying to say it in a more, PG way.
Oh, yeah, the mining tracks. I think there's, I think I found either three or four different varieties of mining track. Most of them are like made to be interconnecting pieces, so that if you wanted to tie it together to make a big track, then that would actually be pretty easy. The same with the Hylal walkways. And then some other different door varieties. Yeah, roller
Those
coasters.
big silver balls.
Those are for your crossbow. They're ballista ammo.
Oh, this is so cool. This is probably, I know I'm probably way behind what you've already shown on the stream, but I was busy running my mouth. It's one of the nicest beds. I really like the comforter on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the comforter and the this.
Oh, what the what the hell is this?
I
Ah,
was I was actually kind of hoping that I'd make you a little bit sick today.
oh, oh, that is so. They're pulsating. Oh, I can't. I'm gonna go hide behind the balls.
Well, there's three different.
me a little sick to my stomach.
There's 3 different
Oh,
varieties on the maggots, so you're going to
oh,
run
that's
across some more.
fantastic. No. Oh, I'm gonna drive again. Oh,
Your tender stomach makes me
yep.
happy.
Oh, that was so gross. Thanks for the warning, pal. Oh,
And then some small items that are going to be really handy, like
oh,
the spyglass, this chest, armor stands. I know
arm stands.
yeah, people have been requesting these armor stands for a long time too.
I'm afraid to look at anything. I'm just panned down on the ground now.
Well, it was right by one of the maggot piles.
Nope, I don't need to see all that. Ugh.
The some of the different light out of hammer nail, and a whole bunch of different pillars and tables and shrines and all kinds of whatnot that are going to be really useful. Um, some of the tribulation posters. I mean, just this was all rare, so this was all pretty um, common drops.
Drill is cool as shit.
Yeah, the drilling machine,
Yeah, I wouldn't even have
shimmer
thought that.
sand.
This is cool.
I like these Hylol pillars, and I'll tell you one thing I'm really grateful about with these pillars is they're not cracked, they're not broken, they don't have a bunch of crap hanging off of it, and I really like the top of this one. They aren't pink, yes. I like all the centaur stuff too, with the horses' heads and um, different kinds of obelisks that are made to be flipped upside down. These
All this,
urns from Shirax.
oh yeah, all this neat little stuff.
Yeah, and this.
Now, were these? You said these were in a higher drop rate on this stuff over here, or?
Yeah, this is all the rare. This is all
Okay.
blue quality. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, 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 oh. I
Oh,
hadn't scaled
oh.
any of these. This is at its smallest size. Oh my god, that's like a perfect window.
Yeah, I could definitely see needing multiples of these.
Yeah, I actually, I don't think that there was anything that I only got one of out of the rare quality set.
I'm disappointed that I can't just like buy the stuff. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that once it's stuff. Oh yeah, the bellows.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that once this stuff goes live, we'll see the prices of the minion boxes go way up at
Oh yeah.
first.
Oh, I'll be camping the auction house.
Yeah, a different variety of anvil. Yeah, Prickly says she expects to see some of it in tap laps, and I'm sure we will.
Yeah, there's gonna be tap laps full of maggots, guaranteed. Oh god. Oh god. That's so gross. Oh, and there's more. I found more. Ugh. Ugh.
Here's the smaller version of that pot, which makes me extremely happy. And a lot of the little guardian shrines and stuff. Friggin' padlock.
Friggin' padlock.
Yeah, it's tiny.
That's how I know you're excited when you start making it sound insulting.
The threads, this hat with the coins in it, and then the pile of loot.
Well, why do you have maggots just randomly interspersed with the cool stuff?
That was.
Oh, why? Why?
And this thing right here. Oh,
The crank?
not
Oh,
the
I'm
crank
behind.
handle.
Oh. Well,
Well, I
you
mean the
get
winch.
excited over the
There's a
padlock.
lot of people that are going to like this winch.
Yeah, that's neat.
The
Of course, I like this.
campfires. But this Defiant floor piece. Oh man, I have wanted this for so long.
Why is one side got the? Oh, never mind.
Because that's how it's done. One side's red, one side's blue.
That's gonna drive me nuts.
Well, then I'll just take all the ones that you don't that drive you nuts. I'll take them. And then more small pieces like the shovel. There's was just so much stuff.
There's some really neat. This stuff up here is that's got
The little guardian
metallic
shrines.
the metallic accents. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can see a lot of uses for all this stuff.
These little
Here it is.
guardian
Is there a big letter? Oh my god!
the little
Look,
guardian shrines have are all for the planar varieties.
you're not even gonna come look over here at my arc light lifter.
I who do you think put it down there?
But the people want to see it.
Some people's kids.
It's so cool. This would make a really cool accent piece on walls and stuff.
I
I
mean,
can,
I
I
don't
can,
know if you're noticing
the eye of.
the Eye of Sauron. Yeah.
Yes.
And some more bases. I mean, I
Ooh.
it
Oh,
just
I like these vases.
hmm it's like different versions of what we already have, except gold, because it came out of Infernal Dawn. And this urn lid right here, that's just the lid. So now you know where your door handles and shit are all going to come from in the future. Some more Magitech stuff.
I'm so glad. Like, it's been driving me nuts. I just decided to stop building. I pretty much haven't even been logging in. I'm like, there's gonna be so much stuff and I'm gonna want to go back and rebuild a bunch of things. I already know it. I'm not gonna play until the stuff comes out. And you know what? I'm actually glad that I waited.
Yeah. This guy here, this little statue. Oh yeah.
Just a little bitty itty dude here. Oh,
I think that's his default size.
this little lantern thingy is badass.
This little doohickey right here, the technical term.
Doohickey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is neat. Oh, I can see this being in a lot of houses.
Oh yeah, track lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not shrunk or anything, so so it scales pretty well too. And this right here, I was happy to see this.
Ooh.
It took that camel fountain off of the base. So now we've got the base.
How many credits are we going to go through doing the 4-hour mini missions?
Probably quite a bit.
Yep.
And this is I shrunk all these high-low walkways because I mean they were
I imagine they're just
some of them
massive.
are pretty good size, but you've got the like straight pieces, the bridge piece, and then there's angled pieces on the 45 and a 90-degree angle. So I mean, if you're actually trying to make some pathing more easily than with a building block, then that would work pretty well. And this thing is supposed to be like a stadium seat. The roasting fish is in the pile somewhere, Alejandri. I probably should have been like way more organized when I put this stuff down. But I mean, I think I was just overwhelmed once I started opening boxes and then my bags just immediately filled up. So these were all premium missions from 6 star to 3 star. So that's where we'll see the primary changes at. Um, I'm really glad I typically stay somewhere around 5,000 adventuring. Yeah, new campfires, new barrels. I mean, just you could shrink these down and have like a whole. I don't know. I got tons of ideas for most of this stuff.
This is almost, it's not almost, it is overwhelming. I'm feeling just so overwhelmed right now. I'm
Because
probably
you
going to
haven't
do
even.
like I did with the stand stuff. I'm just going to collect it all and just sit in there spinning in circles.
And then I did find some uncommon. That's the green quality that were not. The cherry pie has a real wonky collision thing, and that actually got posted on to the feedback thread.
Gears! I've
Yeah.
been waiting for gears for so long. I'll take it. Oh, yeah. Look at these.
So most of the green stuff is what's going to actually get
What
is supposed to get fixed with the
is
next
going
update.
on?
I think he
Hold
said
on.
earlier that he had already fixed it. I told you the cherry pie has a crazy um, collision
Oh.
bubble.
Yeah. You can't touch the pie. You can look at the pie. Wow, it's all the way out here.
Well, I mean, and look at this spear thing.
I can't. The pie is preventing me from getting to the spare.
Okay. Oh my God.
Ooh, look at the, oh, more of the fencing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Looks
Because,
like there's something else that has a wonky boundary too. I'm not sure which
yeah.
one it is. This
My
is
budget just got tossed right out the window.
yeah.
I might
Well,
as well just go get some ramen because. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! I wasn't prepared for that. Little.
leave.
There's even a little pile of maggots. Blah. Oh, I can't handle this.
Oh, spear thing is not a spear thing. It is supposed to be an Anubian marker. I don't know what the, I have no idea what that's supposed to look like.
Excuse me. It looks like a spear.
You've got some bear traps here, closed and open. He says at some point he wants to make some dim versions of various weapons like that spear, which we would
Ooh.
all much appreciate.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
this
If
is
you guys have the
almost, this
oh
thing here
whoa,
is almost identical to the current stepping stone. The centerpiece is slightly different.
just smaller. Oh God, why are they everywhere? I forgot. Ugh. It's definitely worth taking the time to hop on the PTS. Like I know me personally, I am going to be coming back in here and making a list of the stuff that I definitely want, like more than anything else, so that I can get it off the auction house or trade people. So,
Yeah, and my thing was like yesterday and this morning. I wasn't so much interested in testing stuff out for scale. I was just trying to get stuff thrown down. Like there were a few things that I found that don't scale, um, and there were a few things I found that had typos, and there are a couple things that aren't out actually that are duplicated of stuff that we already have. But like I said earlier, I'm actually really impressed, given the sheer volume of stuff, that more wasn't broken. And again, I don't mean that to sound bad or derogatory in any way.
yeah, well, now that I've seen, closer to the full extent of what came out of these boxes, I totally agree with you. It's really impressive that this stuff is the quality of the
Yeah.
work is.
And there's a lot of items that aren't duplicated from there. Well, I found nothing that was a duplicate of what else had been made. I'm not even sure that was coherent.
You know, every time I keep finding new stuff, like this
Mm-hmm.
little, Every time I run through here, yeah, you guys definitely take the time to come through, and there's just so much that even I've missed. And
And I think that covered where every hey Kit, where everything actually came from. Kit is probably going to go exhausted. She's just going to be exhausted. Yeah. So this goes. All this stuff goes with your gateway thingy,
mm-hmm,
and then
mm-hmm.
there's some other walls I think under the epic category. I mean, just holy crap! Minions, 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 minions. Yes. Oh, which brings us. Thank you, Katumi. Guess there'll be more life in the DA in the EU DA channel for trading. Cross shard trading. Finally, finally, not mailing, but trading. So, I mean, we could always trade dimension items using dimensions, but now you don't have to reset your permissions. Um, you can just trade cross shard, which will be so awesome. Um, Given that flat storage of all this stuff is going to become a real issue. This won't work across region. I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, from NA to EU? Yeah, I
No,
doubt it.
not across region. Okay, which actually, thank you again, because that reminds me, along with all these items, um, you're going to notice a small change when you look at the permissions. With the view item list, you'll have the ability through the permissions to give people the ability to check your item list or not. I know one of the very first things that I'm going to do once this patch goes live is I'm going to go through all of my dimensions and uncheck that box.
And what is your reasoning behind doing that?
Because we all know that it's a pretty common thing that when you can see the item list in a dimension that you don't have edit permissions on, you can pop open the item list, select all the items, and then copy it using an add-on.
So that's to preserve your work.
Pretty much. I mean,
Okay.
I don't mind. I typically don't mind people copying from me. Uh, but I mean, they really should have to work for it a little bit.
I agree. Oh, I know your reasoning. The reason I was asking is so maybe people in the channel who don't see the point of closing the dimension list may understand. I mean, once you've put a lot of work into creating something, a big morpher build, it's it's really shitty for somebody to come along and go, "Can I copy your paper?" Not even asking, just taking it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a problem with that when people just go and take. Used to be before the item list got opened, you would go and you would find out who built it and you would ask them, "Hey, how did you do this?" Or what is that? You know, if you're not familiar with the items, what is that thing? But a lot of people just kind of abuse it. So I mean, you don't have to have an add-on to copy. You certainly don't have to have an add-on to copy anything because there's a dimension on Greybriar um, that was built, I think, even before Toolbox was done, where they went and they copied it pretty much stick by stick, um, identical.
Which is shady.
Yeah, which is, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but there are some people that are just really shitty.
For me personally, like that's a fantastic reason. I don't, not that I have that problem with people copying my stuff, but a lot of times I
You never know,
open.
they people you never know because I've seen where like on there was a dimension on Greybriar that got copied almost down to the last brick on Brisasol. So it doesn't even have to be on your same region, let
Oh
alone your
wow.
same shard.
Well, I know for me, like a lot of times with like my storage stuff, especially when the newer item comes out, new items, I leave them open to public so people can come in and take a look.
Hmm.
And I've had an issue, and not so much with people that we're familiar with that are regulars in dim chat, but quite a few, enough to be irritating for them to come in and say, well, can I have this, or can I treat, well, you have five of them.
Yeah,
And like it doesn't matter if I have five of them,
yeah,
It doesn't mean that it gives you the right to come in here and try to get it for free or next to nothing.
yeah.
So I'm grateful for that. So I can store stuff and not have anybody know exactly how much of stuff I have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I typically use guild banks for my storage, and I I don't know. I might have to find an alt that doesn't have a dimension, and I might not put a dimension on to do some storage stuff.
Yeah, I do the guild banks for building blocks and things of that nature. But when it comes to these really neat items, I'm a very visual person. Like when I'm building, I've got to go look. When I'm trying to come up with an idea, I've got to go look at what I have. I can't just, I'm not like you. I can't go, oh, there's this exact item. I know its dimensions. I know its color. I know if it has a bottom on it, and I think it would look good here. Like I've got to see it for that to kick in.
And then that was just the UI thing with the permissions list was a small thing. A big thing that's going to happen is the weekly and the all time region wide.
Oh, yes, I was in such a good mood, and now you're going to make me rage. You had to bring it up.
Hey, better you know about it than not. Honestly, I see this as a overall. I see it as a good change. I see it as a good change. I mean, there's some concerns because you're going to have a lot of new builders, especially on the all-time list, that are just going to get lost. I think Radish calculated it up to where to hit the all-time list for the region, you need to have 100 votes. 100 votes is kind of hard to come by. I've got um,
Oh, bless you, baby.
I've got several of mine don't have 100 votes. And I'm not
hmm
trying to say that to be arrogant. I'm just saying it.
I like none of mine have 100 votes,
Yeah.
so
I mean,
you
like
know.
the ones that I have that have more than 100 votes are the ones that I've had for a while. Or they
That's
were or
that's
they were
just so
contest builds
disappointing
or
because
whatever.
it's so exciting to come across a new build and you're not familiar with the person or their work, and it just shows up, because it's, you go to the bottom list, see what's new.
Now keep
So
in mind that's the all-time list. Now he did say that the all-time list is going to end up showing more like 6 or 7 thousand. Like they don't have enough to condense it down to the 1,000. They don't, they're not going to be able to condense it down to that 1,000. It's going to show up as like 6 or 7 thousand.
but you still need 100 to get on it.
You would need 100 to hit that list. I think if it was 1,000. But I got to ask you this: Are you really going to sort through? Are you really going to sort through 6,000 dimensions to try to find one?
Me? No, hell no.
Okay, neither is really anybody else.
No way.
Um,
I would
on the
like
weekly,
personally.
as far as the weekly list goes, I don't see that being too much of an issue, except for it's just going to be like clogged. The weekly is going to be clogged because of all the empties.
Yep. Yeah. Personally, like in comparison to the changes that are being made, I'd rather
And
just be left alone.
I would hope that like the search will actually work because I know like as soon as I log on, once I get done going through all my permissions on my 90 some dimensions, um, I'm going to start looking around at like the dimensions on Fablite that I like, the ones on High Law that I like, the ones on Lathis, here, there, and everywhere. Okay, so biggest problem with in-game reports, blah blah blah. Uh, so for an issue like, okay, I must have missed some context on that one because I was busy running my mouth. I think the weekly will be a lot easier. I mean, I think when it comes to how we look at things in the plus one system and everything, that's a really complex thing. And I mean, we're not going to, come up with any. I think that's something that a big chunk of the community should probably be involved in. But that's
So
that's my
is
opinion.
it programmers that are determining the changes? Is that?
I don't know. I'm
Mm,
going to have to watch the replay so I can see what the context was for that comment.
yeah. I was actually kind of confused who was determining the changes. I mean,
Yeah.
because I'm like, do they not
I don't have
do they not
I
build? Do they not know anybody that
I
builds?
actually think it's overall good for being able to search region wide for a particular builder. And that thing that Christiel brought up is one of the reasons why. Who is actually going to go make a tourist on Blood Iron or Sea
That's a fair
Stone?
point.
I mean, I have tourists on Blood Iron and Sea Stone, but most people don't. I mean, on NA, Fablight's going to dominate the list, period, just because it's Fablite. And a shard like Lathis and Seastone and to an extent Wolfsbane is they're gonna suffer for that unless they can get those votes. It's on the all-time list is where you're really going to start to see like newer builders um, not get some visibility because you've got dimensions like eye candy with 4,700 votes. That's the most vote. That's the most votes of any dimension, period. And then once it goes region wide and they're popping open the all time, you know, if I was brand new and just started building today and I popped open the all time list and saw 4,700 votes for eye candy, I would probably be like, well, shoot, there's no chance that I would ever be able to compete.
Yep, I've actually had a lot of new builders that have said things like that to me, and well, how do I get more votes? Do people not like my stuff? I'm like, well, there's a lot of reasoning behind why
Yeah.
there's
And and
overall less votes
and one of the
now.
one of the lines that one of the reasons why I think that a region wide list is a good idea is because people are lazy. And I mean, because there might be work involved in going out and making all those tourists, and now I got to level them all up to 10 so I can vote. Instead, if I'm on the region, I can hop on my level 70 main, not have to do any kind of extra effort, and then just you know um, go check out this dimension on this other shard without having to wait for an invitation or whatever. I mean, there's a pro and con to any kind of situation like that. Overall, I do like the idea of a cross shard um, being able to look because I mean, like I said, like your dimensions, I'm going to run my mains through those, even though that might be considered cheating the system. I'm going to run when I log on, I'm going to take my level 70s and just start running them through.
What, mine? Yours?
Yours, I
Why
already
mine?
voted mine.
Oh, oh, so they get
Yours,
seen.
like yours, Holly. I can think yours, Holly's kits.
If you were to,
Nove's. There's a lot of them out there that are on my favorites list. That now I have the opportunity to not just give them that one level 10 vote. Now I can show my appreciation more by
oh, I see. Yeah, oh, I appreciate that. That's
yeah.
so nice.
I mean, I always have problems with the whole vote system because anytime you have something like a plus one system, you can game it. I mean, and you're allowing when you allow the owner to vote on their own when you allow the owner to vote on their own stuff, you can especially game it that way. I mean, but I mean, if anybody that's really interested in trying to get one over, they're gonna find a way to do it. Do I think that
Oh,
they should just be allowed to do it? No. No, of course not. But I mean, it is what it is, and that's not really a discussion for today. And I'm sorry I dragged
Why
down.
not? Everything else has been.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I'm dragged down a lot of the discussion because honestly, I'm really excited for the patch. I mean, there's just so many new items, so many useful items. If all these 700 items was like the big gigantic um, statues, I probably wouldn't be that excited. But we've got small stuff that is good for morphing and will help us. What was that last transcendent item kit? What's it called? Why, I know it's on the minion list.
Did you ever get that banner that was sent to you at the beginning of the stream?
No, I haven't. I'm not going to check my mail while I'm streaming.
I
Oh
do.
my god.
Or
Yeah,
a,
you
or a
do.
cool dimension item? Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
You just don't want us to see all the
I
crap
think
you're
it got.
storing in your mailbox.
Actually, I think it got sent to the wrong fiendish. Storm Legion centerpiece. Oh, I have that. I think. Okay. At any rate, it's time for some giveaways. We've run over. Um, so again, new mission, new minions, um, new carnival stuff, new store stuff, some price changes. Whew. Planar crafting. Did you get Nitro set up?
Yeah, but it's for some reason it's not showing anybody. Hold on a second. There we go. All right.
So I got 5 Tuskers. Actually, I have 9 left. 9. Go ahead and give them all away.
If it'll let me.
It's going to let you.
It's not letting me.
Yes. What?
Come on.
Some
I
of
haven't.
those kids.
Why is this not letting me do that? Yeah, it's not letting me. I've even reset eligibility.
All right. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you for showing up with us today, Tassus. Um, Next time I might actually do it the right way and go through CM to see if we can actually get you on with us.
What?
And
Are we streaming again?
yeah, yeah, I had to tab out to roll. Remember,
Oh,
because I'm running off a laptop. So Reroll my win. Okay. So, Rats, Tasiara. So I've got Prickly, Sparklin, Aleandre, Cold Sprite, Katasia, Gwendeth, Christiel, Wingcat, Marth, and Tasiara for 6th anniversary Tuskars. Thank you everyone for staying with us as we run over today. I'll send those out as soon as we stop streaming. I'm overwhelmed by all the stuff. So yeah, more Tuska parades. It's always a good thing. So until next time, I think next time it will be a normal tips and tricks over what I don't know, or
How to morph your maggots.
how to morph your maggots. Excuse me. I actually was like, gee, I wonder if I could make Odds puke.
Oh, you almost did. I definitely retched. Oh, I'm glad you're so pleased by that.
Yes, I am. Maggots in a meat tree.
Oh, stop. Stop. What the hell's wrong with you?
Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in today,
Are you
and
still serving?
we will see
Oh,
you next
Jesus.
time. You gonna say goodbye, Odds?
Oh, yeah. I told you. Oh,
Then I forgot to
bye,
shut it off.
guys.